lawmaker makes ominous prediction about the IG Horowitz FISA abuse report. Essentially, it was a coup attempt, he said. Republican Judiciary Committee member Representative Andy Biggs from Arizona predicted Sunday an investigation probing potential abuses of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act will end with tons of indictments. I anticipate that we're going to see some very stark revelations of manipulations of the whole system for political purpose, Biggs said on Fox News. When you see that happen, that's when I think you're going to see reference of referrals for indictments. And I think you're actually going to see some indictments. Biggs claimed the report would uncover essentially a coup attempt against President Donald J. Trump. The investigation led by Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz has concluded now. The inquiry focused on potential FISA abuses related to the government obtaining a surveillance warrant on Trump campaign associate Carter Page and probed the DOJ's overall handling of the Russia investigation. Biggs said he expects Horowitz's report will be finalized by mid-September now, with all the pushbacks and final 11th hour testimonies. With regard to another investigation that was going on, the inquiry into the origins of the Russia investigation that is being led by U.S. Attorney John Durham, Biggs predicted there will be accountability. I think that you're going to see some accountability there, he said, quote. He also said, I hope we see accountability, as what I think we all do. So let's listen in here to this 4-minute interview on Fox News right here.
The DOJ Inspector General releasing a report on James Comey Thursday, finding the former FBI director violated bureau policies in his handling of memos on his private meetings with President Trump. The president's supporters calling it the tip of the iceberg of alleged anti-Trump bias at the FBI as we await 2 more DOJ reports on alleged FISA abuse and the origins of the Russia investigation. Let's bring back Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. Congressman, let's start there. Your reaction to the Inspector General's findings on James Comey.
Well, I thought it was very interesting because Mr. Comey had been indicating that he was kind of above the fray, but we know actually he was right in the middle of it. He confirmed that he leaked information to a friend to get it to a New York Times reporter because he wanted to manipulate the appointment of a special counsel, which started the whole the whole Mueller investigation, which is basically tried to put a damper on the Trump presidency. And I just felt like when you read it, it was nothing surprising there. It was what we anticipated. But I think Mr. Comey basically is just dodging and weaving, and I don't think he understands fully what he did was even wrong. And that's a real problem, to realize that the very top guy at the FBI does not acknowledge his problems and what he did was wrong. He's defending it, and he feels he should be apologized to. It was actually audacious in many respects.
More reports to come. What are your expectations for Inspector General Michael Horowitz's report on DOJ's handling of the Russia probe, which sounds like could come any day?
Yeah, we anticipate that's going to come probably mid-September, and I anticipate that we're going to see some very stark revelations of manipulation of the whole system for political purposes. And when you see that happen, that's when I think you're going to see references or referrals for indictments, and I think you're going to actually see some indictments. I hope you do, because this is trying to take down a sitting president is absolutely outrageous. It's essentially a coup attempt, and that's what we saw happening here.
Then there's Connecticut federal prosecutor John Durham looking into the origins of the Russia investigation. What are you looking for on that front?
Well, I would anticipate that he's going to find that you're going to have a setup. So all of this goes back to George Papadopoulos, and basically he was set up, and you're going to find that there was nothing there. The Fusion GPS dossier, which is basically a set of memos that were basically just put out for Oppo research, and some of it was just flat out lies, were used to try to infiltrate the Trump campaign and then in turn take down the president shortly after he was elected. And this has been a problem for us for 3 years now. And I just the most outrageous thing you can imagine, and I think that you're going to see some accountability there. I hope we see accountability there.
Then there's the issue of immigration. You're a border state lawmaker. Is there any chance of Congress getting something done on tightening loopholes, addressing some of the roots of the illegal immigration problem?
Well, I would hope so. I would hope that we could at least address some of the asylum issues. I'm not very sanguine about that, and I'll tell you why. We have members of the other side that are actually calling for the abolition of the ICE agency, and ICE is the enforcement arm of the immigration laws. And so, if you're not willing to enforce immigration laws, it speaks to an unwillingness, quite frankly, to change and tighten the immigration laws, and that's a problem I see going forward here.
Congressman Andy Biggs of Arizona, we thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much, Mike.
I'm Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you worldwide. Where we go one, we go all.